first on Guam.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. Apply at matson.com and McDonald's of Guam. I'm loving it.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
Governor Lou Leon Guerrero weighs in as the Guam Memorial Hospital faces a critical shortfall. I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with a follow-up on GMH's budget hearing.
And the island is under a fire weather watch as firefighters battle a blaze in Barrigada Tuesday afternoon. And one of the newest island charter schools gains WASC accreditation as its seniors gear up for graduation. More on what this new status means for them coming up. Hafid and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Destiny Cruz-Langus. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. Well, the Guam Memorial Hospital is facing a critical shortfall in the upcoming fiscal year, prompting a disagreement between Governor Lou Leon Guerrero and the legislature over who holds the authority to provide additional funding. Mitsuki Hirayama has the details.
GMH is a very financial, complicated issue.
The Guam Memorial Hospital is critically strapped on cash with the cost of operations outpacing revenue. Governor Lou Leon Guerrero says the legislature has full authority to help them out.
Because they are the keeper of the purse string, they have the authority to appropriate from the general fund.
As reported, the public hospital is short $21.9 million and is asking senators for the additional funding in their budget request for FY26. Hospital leadership warning that it could lead to reduced bed capacity, longer emergency room wait times,
to get you to your requested level.
Finance and Government Operations Committee Chair Senator
Transfer money from them to the DOA. I don't think I can transfer to GMH because GMH is not a line agency. The legislature really has the authority right now to appropriate those monies. They also have the authority to raise the revenues through the Office of Finance and Budget. They have the authority to amend budgets that are sent down there. So really they're the full authority.
Still, Duenas argues that's the wrong way to go.
There is no way to raise revenues in the current projection right now. And there is no way that I will do under my leadership putting us back into deficit spending. It's not good for Guam.
He says the bottom line, Gov Guam has to live within their means. And by August, they'll have to find that money elsewhere. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
A contracted prosecutor with the Office of the Attorney General has been disqualified and referred for an ethics review. The Guam Supreme Court ruled Monday that attorney Curtis Vandeveld is barred from participating in the prosecution of Stephen Camacho, who is accused in the fatal shooting and robbery of a tourist last year. The decision stems from Vandeveld's prior involvement with Camacho in a separate case, raising concerns about a potential conflict of interest. The court determined Camacho was a prospective client who reasonably believed their conversations were protected by attorney-client privilege. Despite Vandeveld's objections and submitted evidence, the court concluded there was a substantial risk of violating ethical conduct rules. The matter has now been referred to the judiciary of Guam's Ethics Council for further investigation. The Office of Public Accountability is now reviewing an appeal filed by ASC Trust LLC, challenging a procurement by the Government of Guam Retirement Fund. The case centers on a contract for plan administration services tied to the island's defined contribution retirement system and deferred compensation plan. ASC argues the procurement process violated Guam law by not applying a local preference policy, which supports awarding contracts to businesses based in Guam that meet specific criteria. Although the retirement fund removed a disputed transition planning retirement from its request for proposals, it denied ASC's protest over the local preference issue. ASC now wants the OPA to find the RFP inconsistent with local law and is requesting that the procurement either be reformed or resolicited to reflect Guam's preference for local businesses. And with Guam currently under a fire weather watch, firefighters were put to the test today as units from the Guam Fire Department, with backup from an Anderson Fire and Emergency Services tanker, responded to a blaze in Barragata. According to GFD spokesperson Lieutenant Nick Garrido, firefighters staged along Anderson Street, focusing their efforts near homes dangerously close to the flames. That area, which borders the back of Eagles Field, is federal property. Crews remain on scene, continuing to monitor hotspots and flare-ups. This comes just a day after another fire broke out behind Ontulong Middle School, forcing nearby residents to evacuate due to thick smoke. And with dry conditions and high winds, officials are urging the community to stay alert and take extra precautions as a red flag warning remains for Guam until Friday. Time for a quick break. You're watching KUAM.
Something is calling, and I can't help it. Let's don't belong when there ain't no soul. Watch me as I go. This is my mood when I make a move. Watch me as I go. This is my mood when let's take a break. There's no use. My mood when I make a move. This is my mood when anything's possible. I push to the limits. I climb every wall. I keep on believing anything's possible.
If there's one thing we've learned, it's never to underestimate the spirit and strength of the people of our island home. Which is why at Bank of Hawaii, you, your dreams, and your possibilities will always have a home. Reach your possible with Bank of Hawaii.
Introducing GTA Air Fiber. Air Fiber uses next-gen wireless technology to bring an ultra-fast and super reliable internet connection to your home through the air. No wires required. With speeds of up to 500 megabits per second that cable and satellite can't match. Now, the whole family can stream, game, download, and surf the web like never before. Elevate your connection with GTA Air Fiber. Call us or visit gta.net today.
Welcome back to Primetime. As seniors at Business and Technology Academy Charter School prepare to graduate, the school has earned accreditation, a milestone that opens new doors for students on the brink of their next chapter.
It's a promising milestone for one of the island's newest charter schools. Just 7 months in, Business and Technology Academy Charter School has gained accreditation from the Accrediting Commission for Schools, Western Association of Schools and Colleges.
Everything we do, everything we say, I think every single student in here can trust me when I say we mean business.
But this is more than just a seal of approval. Accreditation means new opportunities, especially for seniors preparing for graduation. Principal Dylan Sablon says it now opens the door to things like financial aid, and as BTAC's board chairman Baltazar Atalig puts it,
being part of WASC gives you an opportunity to be able to go to 5,000 colleges around the world that are WASC-approved, accredited school. Think about that for a moment. That gives you a wide range of opportunities to fulfill your dreams.
Courage Owens, a junior and student government president, sharing what this means for her and her peers.
We can finally have like sports teams, and I know a lot of kids here really want sports teams, so that's good. And then also, you know, the kids who want to get into the really good colleges, then they can get scholarships for that, and just making it a better experience overall.
It's a win for her family too.
including her brother, a graduating senior, and her mother, Samantha Owens, who reflected on why they chose a charter school over the Guam Department of Education.
I know for our family in particular, it was a special opportunity for us when we found out that BTAC was getting started. It seemed like a good fit for what our family and what our kids were looking for. So I know that my kids have been able to thrive in this smaller school environment. They're known by all of their teachers and the school administrators, and it really has become like a family opportunity for them.
Meantime, with that smaller environment in mind, Owens also weighing in on whether she'd support growth as charter schools push to raise the student enrollment cap.
I think whenever we consider growth, it's really important to think about maintaining quality as well. So I think if the resources are in place to be able to accommodate growth and maintain quality, I would absolutely be all for that.
A love for problem solving, a desire to build something from scratch, and the thrill of working as a team and seeing something of your own design come to life is the motivating factor behind the robotics group at the home of the Geckos. And their excellence has them ready to put their serious tech skills to the test in a stateside event.
To the untrained eye, a noisy, bustling science lab on GW's campus after school may look like a bunch of kids watching a hunk of metal move around a random assortment of objects. But these geckos are honing the engineering skills they take to Dallas, where they'll compete in the VEX robotics competition.
So right now we're just honestly just practicing rerunning the code, seeing what we could fix. It's just mostly we're focusing on our driver. So we're just giving our driver like the most admin time they could, just to drive, just to practice, strategize, analyze the best way to score points.
We have been trying to make possible solutions for this game. The game, we've had it since it was released last April-May timeframe, and we got all these field elements in October. So since October, we've been trying to just build a solid robot that is efficient and effective and reliable.
The certification of this robot, we've come across many challenges, but all of them were accomplished by taking them one step at a time.
By designing a robot that can avoid obstacles and complete objectives, these students are putting physics, kinematics, and material science and design into tangible action.
Everybody does have a job. We have a programmer, we have a driver, we have builders, we have the engineering notebook, we call them logistics.
So most of the time we're working on the robot, and we're trying to find the best path and what's best for the robot.
And then we also work together to reset so we can just run it again and keep going at high speed.
On this team, everyone's got a role and everyone does their job. Coders, fabricators, evaluators, and more work as a team. But things can and do go wrong, so a key part of being a razor-sharp engineer is fixing on the fly.
So our trip to San Diego, we didn't have a fully functioning robot, or what to I believe. So when we went there, we actually started taking out the drivetrain, the wheels, but then eventually we persevered and we got through it.
There's so many facets to this that are problems where they have to decide what is more important right now. What do I want to solve, this problem, or do I want to solve this problem? Which one gives me more points? Which one is more beneficial to the team? And what can our robot do?
A requirement for the competition is enrollment in JROTC in line with the military's plans to ramp up STEM skills for future servicemen. So all the members of GW's traveling team are also cadets, adding to their discipline and teamwork. And they also had help from the rest of their classmates.
The growth that I've seen from them from when we first started to now is it's mesmerizing, and I'm truly proud of the entire team for their hard work.
So as they head out to the Lone Star State, these purple and gold roboticists are excited to show what they've built. And their coach uses her background in sports to get everyone on the same page.
Yeah, I was working with GFA and the women's national team. And with that, I was the team manager. So that is all logistics. Everything, it was everything on the back end that is tackling one problem at a time. And that's exactly what I try to teach them to do. Change one variable at a time. If you change too many variables, then you don't know what solved the problem. And with soccer, it's the same thing.
Pet Fest is awesome, and this we know, but for the 2025 edition of the Epic Community event that brings animal lovers together as a community to celebrate all furry family members, we're on a mission to see how many breeds showed up and shredded their stuff around Ipoh Beach Park this year. Let's go.
Half a day, everybody. Jason Salas here at Ipoh Beach Park Pet Fest 2025. I'm gonna go inside, see the animals doing their thing, see all these amazing vendors, check out these wonderful people who love animals so much, but I'm on a mission. I am here determined to figure out how many breeds we have here at this year's Pet Fest. What breed is your dog and what's your dog's name?
This is Darla. She's a toy poodle. And this is Bear, also a toy poodle.
Oh, very nice. And the shirt. I like that. What breeds are your dog and what's your dog's name?
He's a pit bull half Dutch Shepherd. His name is Tanahi. And that's Levon. Levon.
This is a Bernedoodle. She's Charlotte. She's a therapy dog.
Okay,
with
very
the Alliance of Therapy Dog. And this is a mini gold doodle.
A golden doodle,
Yes.
nice.
Yeah, but they're full size.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And they're beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, new friends.
He's an English staff, and his name is Comics.
What breed is Piggy?
I'm Staffordshire Terrier.
Nice. Oh, beautiful. Okay, Oliver is a hot dog, metaphorically and literally. Hi, Oliver.
His name is Enzo. It's our 3rd year.
I remember Enzo from last year.
And I drag him, and he's like so upset with me.
Okay, what breed is he?
He is a Brunei. Jack Russell Sake.
Oh, Jack Russell. Some people say that's the smartest breed of dog in the world.
He's a boonie, and
Okay.
his name is Jasper.
Jasper. I think my coworkers are falling in love.
His name is Haru.
Oh.
He speaks in Japanese. So cute. Oh my god. I love you.
Suki, how many dogs are you gonna adopt here at Pet Fest?
Maybe a gajillion. I don't know if I'm allowed to legally, but I'll adopt them in my heart.
What's Luna's breed?
She's a German Shepherd Booty.
Oh, nice.
Her about a year ago.
How about this little one?
This is Pluto. I know he's wearing pink. He was abandoned on a beach. I got him probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and he was only like 6 pounds.
Okay.
So he's been doing really good.
Her name's Matcha.
Oh, I like that.
House Shih Tzu.
Okay. And I love the hair.
Yes, big color, and she has green tail.
Oh, very punk rock. Have any dogs actually fallen in love?
I don't think. Is there any?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we could make that happen, you know. Oh, hi, Bear.
This is our daughter, Hudson.
Hi, Hudson. Are they very, very close?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're best friends.
Oh, nice, as it should be.
Stop.
Hudson, Bear's your best friend? All right.
Do you like taking them on walks?
Aww.
I found him on Cross Island Road last year.
Nice.
So I rescued him.
Okay, what's Billy's temperament?
Well, now he's sort of scared of people, but he wants to know people. He's curious but scared.
Okay, and hey, if he was on Cross Island Road, he's a tough cookie.
Yeah.
It's an Australian cattle dog, and his name is Ihu.
Okay, so Ihu's genetics is he takes care of others.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we got a husky in the house. All right.
The Monty-Poo, his name is Pino.
Oh, he's beautiful. How about you?
This one is Momo. She's a Shih Tzu.
Okay.
Yeah, this is our Bruni cheese.
Hey, Booney.
All right.
Who's got the most attitude?
Definitely that one. The smallest guy.
All right, thank you.
Biggest attitude.
Have a good time at Pet Fest.
Now for a look at your world at home. Here's a view from Asen River.
Let your people know. When it comes to the pickle to chicken ratio, some people, they playing in your face, but not the McCrispy. Let your people know. When it comes to the pickle to chicken ratio, some people, they playing in your face, but not the McCrispy.
Go on a journey to discover true health and wellness. At the Medical City, we bring you expert care, cutting-edge treatments, and personalized wellness programs. From wellness checkups to relaxation retreats, nurture your well-being in a place of healing. Explore the Philippines. Experience the Medical City.
Is your child having difficulty walking, talking, playing and learning like other children? As parents, we ask ourselves, what should I be doing? If you are worried about your child's development, the Guam Early Learning Council is here to help. Simply dial 311 Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., excluding holidays, to get resources and valuable information.
Today, Guam, we're at the Senior Paddling Day.
What's up, Sanchez?
Rocket! Rocket! Harley, open up! Be the Dodgers! Be the Dodgers!
What's up, Guam High? All right. Career Tag, what's up?
Next up, we got
Now which way do we go?
Bye. I wish they could move back home.
Should we build on a honeymoon? Yes. Yes!
First Hawaiian Bank knows that family comes first. That's why our bankers work with you to make your what ifs a reality. Personalized service and digital tools, all under one roof when you bank on the best. First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa, you can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Ever whistled at a girl or tss at her?
Ever looked at a girl and said to your friends, man, the things I would do to her?
Ever got a girl drunk?
And had sex with her?
Even if she didn't want it?
Ever pressured a girl or forced her just because you felt the urge?
Ever told a young girl, don't tell anyone, or we'll get into trouble?
Most men don't look in the mirror and see the problem.
But it's staring us right in the face.
Sexual violence starts long before you think it does.
Don't be that guy. And don't let your friend be that guy.
Don't let anyone you know be that guy.
Giving Every Tuesday is brought to you by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, One Love. The island way of Inafamaulik, supporting our neighbors, continues to be demonstrated with Guam's private sector as exhibits of good corporate citizenship are not only providing help, but also encouraging and inspiring others to do the same. First, our friends at GTA rallied their staff and collected over 300 articles of clothing suitable for business to support females in need. The collected threads were so plentiful, the telecom company made a pair of donations to the Salvation Army's Women's Center and to Manyetlu. The clothing helps women transitioning into the workforce as part of Women's History Month, so well done to our friends at GTA. Next, Humanities Guahan is $10,000 more enabled to continue its very critical programs thanks to the generosity of Matson Navigation. The shipping company stepped in with an assist in order to maintain the preservation of culture, the arts, and uplifting storytelling by the local creative community. Now, Matson's coming up on its 30-year anniversary itself and has long been a supporter of community initiatives such as this. So congratulations to the recipients and a special Donklunasi Masi to the business partners for lending a hand and making us all proud to be from Guam. Giving Every Tuesday is brought to you by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, One Love. The Skip Entertainment Company, everybody, remember, they are in 41 years of existence of teaching young people the magic of the performing arts. And you know what? Their background is the same color as my shirt, so you know they're awesome. And they are presenting Elevate. The talented kids of the amazing award-winning dance company have a show for you, and it's on the 31st, the last day of this month, 1:30 and at 6 p.m. over in Mingilao at the Phoenix Center. Excuse me, sorry to the mayor. It's in FD is in Chalampago. He always reminds me of that. And make sure to get your tickets. Make sure to check it out because it's going to be awesome. All right, Project U is a program that, of course, our friends at GPD, Guam's Finest, put on. And this is teaching young kids how to make positive life lessons through the magic of sports. So you know I'm all about that, right? June 2nd through the 17th. So make sure to scan, get involved. Even if you're not going to participate as an athlete, as a youth, you could volunteer and you could help out GPD. Really good program there. We like our friends over there. And Empowered Flow is our friends at the Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce doing fantastic work, uplifting women, exhibiting women, empowering women. Business Balance and the Female Journey. Make sure to check it out. It's going to be Synergy downtown. And bring your comfy yoga wear, because my buddy Claire Calvo, we go all the way back to like elementary school, and she is a success story if there ever was one, and she is going to get you in the right mind, spirit, and body to do great things. Happy Tuesday birthday to Doris Ann Camacho Gabutin, wishing a happy birthday to my wife from her loving husband David for 25 years, and the kids Xavier, Byron, and Brandon. Misty Santos, we would like to wish our baby girl a happy birthday number 2 Coming from mommy and daddy who say they are so blessed to celebrate another year and many more to come. And they say, Misty, we love you very much. Happy 2nd and a happy 22nd birthday to Keona Nakamura Noah. To our boy, mommy and the Ohana are sending you all of their love. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com.
And that's your primetime show. Thanks for watching. I'm Destiny Cruz-Lingus. Have a safe evening and stay beautiful.
Health, Home, and Lifestyle is brought to you by the Medical City, your trusted partner in health.
Hi today, everybody. I'm Jason Silas here in Dedido. We got some really cool exercise equipment here. Welcome to Health, Home, and Lifestyle, where we show you how to live a happy and healthy island life. Here's what we got for you this week. Whew. Keep going.
House to Home, presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
Okay, everybody, hello. This is House to Home, where we bring you interesting information, and what information that you couldn't use is interesting. You know, like we're bringing you stuff for your consideration. Keep it in the back of your mind, apply it, use it, get the house of your dreams, close good deals, make money, and we are very, very fortunate because of the power of Zoom, which, by the way, turned 14 today, so happy birthday, Zoom, to Kim Anderson, who joins us today from the road in the Golden State. So hi, Kim. I hope you're staying warm out there.
Hi. Hi, Jason. Oh, I'm in the desert. It's definitely warm.
Oh, okay. Okay, and Liz and Gina are at their offices. A little bit of Wi-Fi issues earlier and everything, but the internet quality is perfect right now.
Well, hopefully it doesn't crap out on us.
Well, hopefully, yeah, and you know, speaking of quality, we want to kind of pedal back to what Kim was talking about last week and some of these rules and some of the additional policies because you know, Kim, you are an expert in the area of title and escrow and everything. These are very, very esoteric disciplines. They're necessary. They are a big part of the transactional pipeline that goes into real estate deals and everything. But maybe let me start out. I'll ask the first question. What type of skills does one typically have if one wants to be involved in escrow and be very good at it as you are?
Well, thank you. That was awfully kind. It is absolutely a work in progress, and we learn something new every day, which lights my fire. But in the title and escrow business, we basically have two sides. The title research side there are kind of our thinkers, and they're the people who figure out the chain of title. Their workspace is pretty quiet, and it's a work in progress as they follow the chain and figure out the mysteries behind each title to property. And then there's what I call our adrenaline junkies, and our adrenaline junkies are the ones that are involved in the escrow closing. And what happens with them is everything is very calm and going along. A realtor sells a property, brings it in. We quietly start working on clearing the title. And then inevitably, the stuff gets very hectic and people want to close at the last minute, or something big comes up that can't be overlooked or that needs some real curative action. And so our adrenaline junkies, which are our escrow officers and our escrow support, they're on board with the realtors, with bankers, with appraisers, with surveyors, all trying to figure out and rush to the finish line to get this job done and to get the people into their new house. So that's kind of the division of labor within our company.
Very nice. Okay, now, Gina, would you classify Kim and her colleagues and what they do? Are they necessarily customer facing, or does everything still funnel through you as the agent and as the realtor? And you know, with Kim's expertise and her work and everything like that, it allows you to service the customer directly.
No, we're kind of like Batman and Robin. You can't get
or there's that
done without each other. It takes the realtor and the escrow working together to get to the finish line. You're not going to be able to walk that walk on your own. You need your escrow team. And the reason being is they're the ones that they're identifying, like if it's my listing, they're taking a look at the seller's property, and they're making sure that when we get to the finish line, what the seller hands off to the buyer is clean and clear as much as they could possibly make it so. And they hand it off that way. And that's where they, okay, here it is. It's clean and clear. And here's your insurance because you agreed to pay for it. And that's what we were talking about last episode is, the buyers that agree to pay for the title insurance. So they hand it off with that bundle of insurance. And it's like, okay, go team, go. The buyer's happy, the seller's happy, and Batman and Robin are happy.
Okay, so I would like to interject. If we're Robin, we still need you out there, Batman, because what we're looking at is paperwork, and the actual humans that are behind that, and the story of their lives and the story of their family. And many, many times we need to rely on you to get our story straight, because sometimes what's on paper is not as it seems.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, Kim, because, last episode we were talking about why is title insurance important? And I want to share just a real short story about my case. I bought a piece of property and I did not close with your company. I closed with another company. It was, sometimes working these transactions, it typically is the buyer who chooses where to close, but in some cases, the seller has certain needs and says, I've got to go to this company. And you're going to go along because you want to buy the property. So in my case, I bought a piece of property and the title report was clear as much as it could be. It was, to me, a clear title policy. I bought title insurance. And then years later, I'm doing something with my property. And in order to do whatever it is you're going to do, you first start off with a new title report just to make sure that while I owned it, I didn't mess something up. So I went ahead and ran the title report, and Security Title gave me the title report, and that title report was certainly not clear and clean. It wasn't. So I went back to them and I said, oh, you guys made mistakes, Security Title, because here's a copy of my original title report. And these things that are on here are not during my time. It was before I bought it, but it didn't show on the old title report. And these are the things that you pay for, this is the reason you pay for title insurance. So of course, this wasn't Security Title that was, it wasn't on them to clean it up because it occurred before I bought it. The items on the title report were there before I bought it. So I went back to the title company that I had bought the title insurance from, and I said, here's a copy of the title report you gave me. Here's a copy of the title report today. And there's certainly something wrong, and this needs to be cleared up. And so I just want to emphasize the idea that the reason you want to get title insurance is not for what you know, it's for what you don't know, what they can't find. And so, yeah, very important.
Yeah.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Superspeed your life with Docomo Pacific Fiber Internet. Get symmetrical upload and download speeds up to 5 gigs. Get started with Fiber 500 at $145 a month, Fiber 1 gig at $215 a month, or Fiber 5 gig at $299 a month. Plus, Get 2 SuperPod 6Es with any plan, and a free EcoFlow River 3 and bonus welcome kit with 1 gig and 5 gig plans. Experience tomorrow's islands today with Docomo Pacific Fiber Internet.
Taco Bell brought back crispy chicken nuggets, and I can't believe how good they are.
Why can't you believe it?
Because you're Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
Yeah, but a taco place can do nuggets, right?
Yeah, the Hidden Valley Fire Ranch is awesome.
Okay, they're good, but we're not a chicken place.
When did you guys become a chicken place?
Chicken? Can't a taco place do good nuggets? Are we not allowed to do both?
What do you mean?
You think it's cool to do both, right? Why are you looking at me like that?
Are they okay?
I don't think so.
We're totally a taco place that's a chicken place that's also a taco place.
That's interesting. So, and we've talked so many times between Liz and Gina and I, and we brought on, like our friend Mickey Flynn, who is an expert in estate planning and everything like that. But I don't think, ladies, correct me, in the decade that we've been doing this show, that we've ever talked about, like, as you're setting up your estate planning, you have to actually see if you have title policies that need to be transferred into that estate. I don't think we've ever talked about that.
Oh, I found out with Kim and the speaker was that the trusts that we opened were protected because we deeded the property in. What's the term? We deeded the property into the trust, and as a result,
you funded. They call it funding. Yeah.
We funded the trust with the property. We moved the property into the trust, and therefore that title insurance follows it into the trust. So it's the property is still protected.
But, Jensen, I just wanted to add with title insurance, it's kind of like, for those of us who had experience with malware and having to file claims, they may sell the same policy, but it boils down to the people behind who actually are here on the ground doing the work. You really need to get to know your escrow company and the title people that you're going to work with, because when something happens and you need to file that claim, you want the people that you're going to file with to be by your side and helping you address the issues and helping you find the solutions for the problem that comes up. And they may all sell the same policy, but I highly encourage everyone who's going to buy title insurance or who already has title insurance to dig out your policy, get to know the people that are going to be helping you with an issue that comes up. Because when the issue comes up, that for me, that's the wrong time to get to know whoever it is that's behind that. Because what I experienced, here at Remax, when the typhoon hit and having to help our customers who were probably not on island or were on island but didn't know how to file their claims and needed help with that, we found that, they all had coverage, but the amount of coverage and the way the coverage was processed and the people behind their policy, it was not all the same. And we found some companies to be much more helpful, and they really were standing behind their customers and making sure that their policies were in place and that they took care of their homes. And I imagine with title insurance, having gone through a couple of issues myself, it boils down to the company you bought the policy from. Not so much, it's all one company or just a couple of companies, but it's the people here on the ground that have to help you that make the biggest difference, that give you the peace of mind. It's like, just take care of it. I know you're going to handle it. Call me when it's over. I don't need the details because it's scaring me already. I just want to know you cleared it up. And honestly, that's kind of what you pay for. And
it's like those people that when they go through surgery and everything like that, they're like, "Doc, just knock me out and wake me up when it's over."
Wake me up when
That's
it's
right.
over.
Yeah. I mean, it really is kind of like the same principle, right? Kim, would you agree?
I think so.
I actually totally agree that it's the relationships that you build no matter what business. It's the people that you trust and the relationship and asking the right questions and trying to really understand.
I think
I said,
the key is problem solving. Whenever we have issues with a title report and not understanding it, we can go to the escrow officer and say, hey, here's a problem. How do you fix it? Or what needs to be done in order to get this handled? And the key, the expertise behind it and the ability to problem solve and knock it out of the ballpark so we can hit home runs by the time we close our escrow, our transactions.
Yeah. Get people in those houses.
There you go. Okay. And one more question, Kim, if I may, because, look, with the time difference and everything like that, you probably either want to go to Disneyland or, you just want to like enjoy the California sunset. But, and admittedly, we've been talking in today's discussion and going back to like last week about residential homes, because we've been talking about homeowners and, passing between, families and ownership. How much different or how much more complex and difficult is escrow when it comes to commercial property transactions, or is it easier? You just happen to be dealing with much larger pieces of properties with much larger values.
Okay, so it depends. We've had really complex residential properties, maybe say in Agania where they've got fractional lots and we're trying to put together little bits and pieces. Commercial building can be on that same sort of property. For the most part, subdivisions have already worked out all the kinks. For the most part, not all. And then commercial transactions can be extremely, excruciatingly complex. But when you usually get into a commercial transaction, say a hotel or a golf course or something like that, you're usually dealing with seasoned professionals that, the attorneys, the realtors, they know what they're doing. So they make a complex commercial transaction seem easy.
There you go. So it's all about scale, essentially.
And scale and experience.
There you go. Well, I think it's incredibly fortunate that we have had someone as experienced and just, to be frank, as nice as you are to explain it to us in such easy to digest terms and really drive home the fact that, title insurance really is something that you really, really do need, because in the long run, it's really going to help you out and enjoy your property that much more.
Yeah, save money. Like I said, the biggest coverage, I think, is the duty to defend if anyone attacks. The attorney fees by itself can pay for it many times over. But thank you so much for being so kind. And title insurance is a pretty obscure thing that most people don't think about. So I really appreciate Gina and Liz and Jason, you digging in with me and talking about something that it's my jam. It's close to my heart, even though it's bizarre. So thank you guys.
Hey, but I'm the biggest nerd on Guam and everything, and I know the value of people that really geek out on certain things, because it does make our community better when you have someone as learned as you are about this.
Thank you.
Okay, so ladies, another fantastic episode in the books. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya. Thanks, Kim.
Thanks, Kim.
Thank you.
Bye.
Kim.
House to Home, presented by RE/MAX Diamond Realty.
At the heart of Guam, there's one place where everyone comes together. Kmart, your American superstore, celebrating 30 years with you. To our brave service members, enjoy a special military discount every day as our thanks. To our local community, we've grown with you, bringing trusted brands at prices you love. This season, celebrate with us. From fiestas to family gatherings, we're your one-stop shop. Since 1995, we've grown with you. Here's to 30 years of memories, savings, and the spirit of Guam. Kmart, where everyone is family.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Check it out. Pizza Hut's rippable, dippable Cheesy Bites pizza in Ranch Lovers Flight with 3 flavors is a game changer. With 28 cheesy-filled bites, everyone's gonna be dunking it. The Cheesy Bites pizza in new Ranch Lovers Flight. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo's Select Care.
Half a day, I'm Claire Calvo, bringing you your weekly renewal. I'm here to welcome back Dr. Sylvia Cruz. Half a day.
Half a day. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
So going to perimenopause. So menopause, an average age of a female in the United States is 51, 52 years old. And then you can have symptomatology up to 10 years prior to going through full-blown menopause. So you may just be a little bit more moody, you may your libido or your desire for sex is just not there, your skin is a little bit drier. When you start losing, your ovaries are no longer functioning as well as they were like when you were 16, 20 years old, then your body starts to go into like a pro-inflammatory process. I really want to emphasize to women, it's very important to maintain your estrogen level. But there was a study that came out, Women's Health Initiative, and when they did the study, they had two arms, is that there was one arm where women weren't on hormone replacement therapy, and there was another arm where women were placed on hormone replacement therapy. And they said, oh, we're seeing women who are on hormone replacement therapy are at a greater risk for cardiovascular accidents, stroke, heart attack, blood clot formation. So they stopped the study early and they said women shouldn't be taking hormone replacement therapy because it increases their risk for coronary vascular disease. When our ovaries are no longer functioning and producing no longer converting testosterone to estradiol, then we notice the change in our skin. We notice our muscle mass also decreases. It's so much, it's like, man, I can just look at food and I gain weight now. Before it's like, I had to actually eat a ton of food, and you could do all the exercise, and I have women who say that I am exercising every day and I'm not eating and I'm gaining weight, and it's like, what's going on? And that is all related to estradiol deficiency specifically.
How can we go about getting more estrogen in our diet or into our bodies?
A prescription hormone that has been FDA approved that does have estradiol and has progestin, not progesterone, that you can use as a hormone replacement therapy.
And you get it from your physician?
Yes, it's a prescription. There are bioidentical hormone replacement therapies that specifically talk about, you can use estradiol, you can use progestins, and then you can use a little bit of testosterone. If you want to do it naturally, so we look at, it's actually like changes in your behavior, decrease the alcohol content. It's kind of like, doing natural stuff. You want to be exercising, you want to get enough sleep, you want to be, because sleep produces, helps your body repair itself. It helps produce melatonin. The melatonin then allows you, there's a pathway where it will go through a different pathway to actually produce some estradiol.
I recently, when you mentioned the mitochondria, I started taking methylene blue.
Yes.
And it was almost immediate.
Yes.
Because my main symptom was, aside, I'm not getting the hives anymore, but just like the fatigue, and I started with 10 drops and I went to 15, and I really feel the vitality in me again. Just with those drugs.
Yes, absolutely. And methylene blue is anti-inflammatory. And actually, there's a methylene blue Pitocin combination that is out depending on the compounding pharmacist that you're dealing with.
Oh, wow.
That really helps also.
I just bought mine over
the counter.
Over the counter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I ordered it.
Yeah, so there are some compounding pharmacists that are you taking it orally?
Yeah, I'm doing drops.
So there are compounding pharmacies that you can use it as a nasal spray so you have better absorption.
Wow, okay. Exciting steps. So
yes,
I think the only caution is if someone is taking some sort of serotonin, right? Like that's...
Yeah, you have to be careful because if you do too much, you might turn blue.
Become a Smurf.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I really
You're welcome.
appreciate you being here and just sharing all your knowledge.
Absolutely.
And thank you all. I will see you next time on your weekly renewal.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo Select Care.
Health Check is brought to you locally by Island Cancer Center.
Most of our lives were talked about these hormones as they relate to how we can create a human. And then once we're not useful for that anymore, it just seems like it doesn't matter. But these hormones have a huge role in our brain health, heart health, bone health. I mean, the list just goes on.
The M Factor wasn't just a chance gathering downtown, and it wasn't just any film screening. The documentary shed much-needed light in an empowering way on a concern all women will have to live with in their lifetimes.
We just got the panel discussion midway. It happened right in the middle of the documentary. So we were able to have the two doctors, Dr. Haranuchi, Dr. Song, and Marnie Shaman and Michelle Chaco. So we were able to have the panel discussion right in between, and it was perfect. And the response from the community has been great. We had a great show.
The expert panel spoke candidly about how they've dealt with menopause and the struggles therein.
It was just basically like having a conversation with a bunch of friends, obviously in a bigger setting, but it's a safe space where everyone feels okay and asking questions that they have had. And also, you know, with doctors right there, you're having this opportunity to get expert advice.
Unlike the broad education that both genders have in adolescence prior to puberty, women haven't traditionally been afforded the knowledge about their physiological, mental, and behavioral changes they'll face.
So in menopause, of course, there's a change and there's a drop of hormones, but everybody's going to be different. And so that's the other thing that I learned is we have to look at the individual, not as the whole population, which these studies are looking at. So you have to look at the individual to see what is making your hormones drop.
Claire Calvo co-organized the event and was humbled by the turnout and quality of the honest discussions.
So everyone is here with questions, and you know, even the doctors, they're saying there's no one size fits all. There's no magic pill. It's a very individualistic thing, but we're all here sharing and we're finding the commonality in symptoms and in treatment. So it's great. And this is where it starts. It starts having conversations with your friends, with your family, and bringing it to a bigger forum, to a public setting like this.
The event opened minds and stimulated conversation, with the interactive Q&A midway through the film being an open dialogue, not mere lecture. It was equal parts sharing session, thought exercise, and safe community building space.
My takeaway is there is definitely a need to have this conversation going. We're just scratching the surface. So my takeaway is there will be a part 2. And it's probably going to be definitely in October. I don't know if that'll be the next one, but October 17th, I believe, is Menopause Day, International Menopause Day. So that's my takeaway, that there's a to be continued, because this is too important of a topic to just stop right now.
Even learned experts in the audience and on stage took something new away, and attending men grasped the true nature of perimenopause as well.
I'm not caring for little kids. It's a whole different transition in my life, right? So I have autonomy, I have power, I'm empowered to do what I want. I hope I have a little bit of wisdom.
Health Check is brought to you locally by Island Cancer Center.
All right, everybody, that's going to do it for Health, Home, and Lifestyle this week.